Welcome back to our channel. Today, in quiet reverence, we remember the talented artists who left us too soon, some only just days ago. From the icons of Hollywood to rising stars, they each brought light to the world of entertainment, until they passed away suddenly. If you feel moved by their stories, we invite you to leave a like as a silent tribute in their memory. Thank you. Now, let us begin. Valentina Talazina, the iconic Soviet actress, known for the irony of fate and aphonia, has passed away at the age of 91. Tragically, the beloved veteran of stage and screen has passed, as confirmed by representatives of the Mossovet Theater in Moscow. Her death comes just months after she celebrated her 90th birthday on stage, still embodying the quiet strength and grace that defined her legacy. Though rumors of cancer surrounded her final months, Talazina denied them, reassuring fans of her well-being even as her health declined quietly. Valentina Talazina's career is a testament to artistic devotion. From her breakout roles in Soviet classics like Zigzag of Fortune, to her unforgettable voice work in the beloved Prostokvashino cartoons, her cultural impact spanned generations. Her portrayal in The Irony of Fate remains etched in the hearts of millions, a cornerstone of Soviet and Russian cinema. Her journey to stardom was anything but ordinary. She began in agricultural studies before boldly shifting to the performing arts. For over 60 years, she graced the stage of Mossovet Theater, a comeback and commitment that inspired many. Even in her 90s, she delivered a stirring performance as the Countess in Wolves and Sheep, proving that age could never dim true talent. Fans, colleagues, and family paid tribute with thunderous ovations, honoring a woman whose life was a redemption story of passion, perseverance, and purpose. Her voice, her presence, her spirit, they remain part of a timeless legacy in the hearts of all who remember. Jack Betts, the iconic character actor, known for his role in Spider-Man and countless Western classics, has passed away at the age of 96. The veteran Hollywood star passed peacefully in his sleep on June 19th at his home in Los Osos, California. His nephew, Dean Sullivan, confirmed the heartbreaking news, marking another loss in the long list of celebrity deaths that remind us how fleeting greatness can be. Born in New Jersey and raised in Miami, Betts' passion for acting began after seeing Laurence Olivier in Wuthering Heights. His legacy began on Broadway with Richard III, blossoming into decades of film and TV work. From the saddle of spaghetti westerns to the boardrooms of Oscorp in Spider-Man 2002, where he acted opposite Willem Dafoe, Betts brought quiet intensity and timeless charisma to every role. Though never a leading man in Hollywood stars' lore, Betts carved a comeback path as a veteran mentor. He remained active through the 2010s, inspiring younger talents at Beverly Hills Playhouse and appearing on modern shows like Good Trouble. His redemption arc was one of dedication and dignity, not spectacle. The Playhouse paid tribute, saying, "We were so fortunate to have enjoyed his great spirit." Jack Betts leaves behind a cultural impact etched in resilience, generosity, and enduring craft, a legacy not just remembered, but felt. Gailard Sartain, the beloved comic actor of Hee Haw and the Ernest movies, has passed away at the age of 81. Tragically, this gentle giant of American comedy passed of natural causes on June 19th in his hometown of Tulsa, Oklahoma. His wife of 36 years, Mary Jo Sartain, confirmed the news with signature warmth, saying, "Actually, he died of silliness." A fitting tribute to a man who brought laughter into every room he entered. Sartain's career began behind the camera, but destiny pulled him into the spotlight. His breakout role came as the eccentric Dr. Mazeppa on local television, leading to 2 decades of cultural impact on Hee Haw. He became a fixture in American legends of film and TV, appearing in Mississippi Burning, Fried Green Tomatoes, and opposite Macaulay Culkin in Getting Even with Dad. From the Buddy Holly story to Elizabethtown, His legacy was one of diversity, depth, and down-home charisma. Beyond the screen, Sartain was a gifted painter and illustrator, a quiet redemption story of artistic comeback. In a 2017 interview, he reflected, "I was always a fan first," revealing the humility behind the Hollywood star. Survived by his wife, 3 children, granddaughter Chloe, and great-grandson Teddy, Gailard Sartain leaves behind more than memories. He leaves a legacy of joy, laughter, and enduring cultural impact. Lynn Hamilton, the iconic television actress known for her roles in Sanford and Son and The Waltons, has passed away at the age of 95. Her death was confirmed on June 19th by longtime publicist Reverend Calvin Carson, who shared that she died peacefully at home, surrounded by grandchildren, loved ones, and caregivers. As we reflect on celebrity deaths this year, Hamilton's passing marks the end of a remarkable chapter in American television history. Over a career that spanned more than 5 decades, Lynn Hamilton became a household name, celebrated for her portrayal of Nurse Donna Harris, the loving companion to Fred Sanford in the groundbreaking sitcom Sanford and Son. She later brought quiet strength and dignity to the role of Verdi in The Waltons, both on television and in its reunion films. Her legacy as a cultural impact icon was further cemented through roles in Roots, The Next Generation, Lady Sings the Blues, and appearances in Curb Your Enthusiasm, Good Times, and NYPD Blue. Even into her 80s, her comeback in modern television showcased her enduring talent. Reverend Carson described her as an extraordinary woman whose work continues to uplift and inspire. Lynn Hamilton leaves behind not just film credits, but a legacy of grace, resilience, and representation, a lasting light in the world of Hollywood stars and American legends. Harris Yulin, the acclaimed character actor known for Scarface and Ghostbusters The 10, has passed away at the age of 87. Tragically, this pillar of American theater and film passed from cardiac arrest on June 10th in New York City. His death was confirmed by both his family and longtime manager, Sue Liebman. In the world of celebrity deaths, this marks the loss of one of our most enduring Hollywood stars. With a legacy that spanned 6 decades, Yulin made his New York stage debut in 1963, eventually rising to Broadway and Watch on the Rhine, The Price, and Hedda Gabler. On screen, he brought unforgettable gravitas to roles in Scarface, Clear and Present Danger, Training Day, and more recently, Ozark and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. He was nominated for a Primetime Emmy for Frasier in 1996. Despite personal losses, including the death of his first wife, Gwen Wells, and daughter Claire, Yulin never stepped away. Even at 87, he was working on American Classic, a comeback series set to co-star Kevin Kline and Laura Linney. His dedication was a living redemption story, a quiet force of resilience and artistic integrity. Director Michael Hoffman remembered him simply as one of the greatest artists I have ever encountered. Harris Yulin leaves behind a cultural impact forged in humility, talent, and timeless truth, a legacy few can match. Chris Robinson, the iconic TV actor best known for his role as Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital, has passed away at the age of 86. His passing was confirmed by close friend and filmmaker Michael Jason Allen, who shared that Robinson died peacefully in his sleep early Monday morning at his home in Sedona, Arizona. The cause was heart failure. As fans reflect on who died today, Robinson's loss strikes a deep chord among longtime soap opera viewers. Robinson's career spanned more than 5 decades, with over 1,000 episodes on General Hospital, where he played the beloved doctor opposite John Stamos and Rick Springfield. He later joined The Bold and the Beautiful and Another World, becoming one of daytime TV's most enduring Hollywood stars. But perhaps his most unexpected cultural impact came in a 1984 Vicks commercial, where he famously said, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV." In 1985, Robinson faced a high-profile tax evasion case, a sobering moment that tested his resilience. Yet his comeback was quiet and powerful. He served his time on nights and weekends, stayed on the show, and rebuilt his public image, proving a personal redemption rooted in dedication. Survived by his wife Jackie and 7 sons, Robinson leaves behind not just a long list of celebrity credits, but a legacy of sincerity, comeback spirit, and lasting cultural impact. Kathleen Hughes, the glamorous scream queen of It Came from Outer Space, has passed away at the age of 96. Her death was confirmed by longtime friend John Jigan Griffin Attell, marking another farewell in this season of celebrity deaths. Hughes passed away peacefully, closing a chapter on a golden era of Hollywood stars whose legacy continues to echo through film history. A contract actress with Fox and Universal, Kathleen Hughes became an icon of 1950s sci-fi and noir. Her haunting scream in the 3D cult classic It Came from Outer Space turned her into a cultural impact figure, with that image gracing movie posters, greeting cards, even quirky ads. She starred in The Glass Web, Three Bad Sisters, and The Golden Blade, and shared the screen with Rock Hudson, Piper Laurie, and Edward G. Robinson. Despite early career setbacks, being dropped by Fox and rejected for Outer Space, Hughes carved her comeback by relentlessly pursuing roles she believed in. Her redemption came not through fame alone, but through the joy she brought to audiences with her wit, presence, and strength. Married for 59 years to producer Stanley Rubin, she is survived by her 3 children. Kathleen Hughes leaves behind more than film credits. She leaves a timeless legacy of resilience, creativity, and classic Hollywood charm that continues to inspire generations. Devon Harjes, the rising actor known for Boardwalk Empire and Manifest, has tragically passed away at the age of 41. The heartbreaking news was confirmed by his representative, revealing that Harjes died on May 27th in New York City following complications from cancer. Diagnosed just last winter, he spent his final days at Mount Sinai West Hospital, surrounded by those who cherished him. Born in Lubbock, Texas, Harjes brought an undeniable cultural impact to television with his portrayal of boxing legend Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire and the emotionally complex Pete Baylor in Manifest. His presence on shows like Daredevil, Blue Bloods, and Orange is the new black added depth to every story he touched, a true Hollywood star in the making. Despite the devastating illness that cut his life short, Devon embodied the spirit of redemption and perseverance. He continued to pursue acting, even as his body grew weaker, a testament to his quiet strength and unwavering artistry. Director Antonio DeFonso called him Lionheart, while others mourned the celebrity death of a soul who still had so much more to give. Devon leaves behind his parents, sister, and beloved cat Maud, and a legacy that continues to inspire aspiring artists from Texas to New York. For those wondering who died today, Devon Harjes stands as a poignant reminder of the light that shines even in brief lifetimes. Peter Kwong, the martial arts icon, known for his electrifying role in Big Trouble in Little China, has tragically passed away at the age of 73. His representatives confirmed that the beloved Hollywood star died peacefully in his sleep on Tuesday night. While the exact cause was not disclosed, his quiet passing has left a deep sense of loss among fans of classic cinema and martial arts storytelling. Born on April 9, 1952, Peter Kwong rose to fame as Rain, one of the unforgettable 3 storms in John Carpenter's 1986 cult classic. That same year marked his most prominent run in Hollywood, appearing in The Golden Child opposite Eddie Murphy and Never Too Young to Die alongside John Stamos. His performances, though often understated, left a lasting cultural impact and cemented his place among veteran mentors in action cinema. Though his later years were quieter, Kwong remained a respected figure, a true American legend whose legacy transcended the silver screen. He never faced public scandal or decline, but instead chose a humble life, content with the enduring memory of his work. Sadly, no public statements have been released by family, but fans worldwide remember him fondly. His legacy lives on in every whispered quote, every cult poster, and every heart that beats for classic Hollywood stars. Rest in peace, Peter Kwong. Your cultural impact will never fade. There are voices that sing and voices that save. Jamie Foxx's voice, equal parts velvet and verve, has done both. From piano benches in a rural Texas church to the Oscar stage, he has crafted a legacy that spans genres, generations, and grief. But behind the spotlight lies a story stitched in gospel chords, grandmother's prayers, and a comeback that redefined resilience. Before we begin, we invite you to share. What's your most unforgettable Jamie Foxx moment? A scene in Ray that stirred your soul? A laugh from the Jamie Foxx show that got you through a rough night? Leave a comment. We'd love to remember him with you. Born Eric Marlin Bishop in 1967 in the small town of Terrell, Texas, Jamie was raised not by his biological parents, but by his maternal grandparents, Estelle and Mark Talley, a God-fearing couple who believed in discipline, hard work, and nightly prayer. Estelle, a housekeeper with the command of a choir director, taught him to read, to play, and most importantly, to listen. Mark, a yard worker with philosophical leanings, made young Eric read the newspaper aloud every evening and debate the day's headlines over supper. From age 5, Estelle noticed something divine. Jamie could match the church organ's pitch note for note. By 7, he was the junior pianist at the local congregation. He'd practice scales in the fading afternoon light while collard greens simmered in the kitchen. Gospel, soul, country, all lived together on the Talley record shelf. That fusion formed the blueprint for what would become his signature sound: heart-forward, truth-filled, and borderless. In high school, he was a whirlwind: quarterback, honor student, band leader, and class clown. He played piano at weddings to earn money and told jokes in living rooms to test his timing. On Friday nights, he'd sprint from the football field, grass stains still fresh, straight into late-night blues gigs. His life, even then, was a masterclass in multitasking. He once joked, "If there was a fifth quarter in the day, I'd find a mic to jump on." In 1986, he left Texas for United States International University in San Diego on a classical music scholarship. It was there he adopted the gender-neutral stage name Jamie Foxx, hoping to get called earlier at open mic nights where women often got preference. The gamble worked. Within months, he was captivating audiences with bits about college life, race, and romance, fusing Richard Pryor's bite with gospel soul. By the early 1990s, Jamie moved to Los Angeles, grinding through low-lit comedy clubs. One night, a scout from the sketch show In Living Color saw him perform and invited him to audition. In 1991, he joined a cast that included Jim Carrey and the Wayans family, unleashing unforgettable characters like slow-talking Wanda and the Reverend with rapid-fire sermons. The show's irreverent humor and cultural impact made Jamie a household name. But comedy was never the destination. It was a tool. In 1996, he launched The Jamie Foxx Show, co-creating and starring in a sitcom that merged his love of music, laughter, and storytelling. He played Jamie King, a struggling singer working at a family-run hotel, a role that mirrored his own balancing act between dreams and deadlines. For 5 seasons, he wrote, composed, mentored, and performed. The show became a touchstone for Black excellence in television, funny, soulful, and rich with nuance. Then came the pivot. In 1999, director Oliver Stone cast him as quarterback Willie Beeman in Any Given Sunday. It was a test. Could the comedian command drama? Jamie answered with blood, sweat, and film study. The performance stunned critics and opened the next door. 2004 marked the first true summit. First, Collateral with Tom Cruise, where Jamie played Max, a gentle cab driver caught in a deadly ride. His quiet strength earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. That same year, he embodied Ray Charles in the biopic Ray, a role so hauntingly accurate it blurred lines between performance and possession. Jamie practiced blindfolded for hours, learned Charles's phrasing note for note, and immersed himself in archival footage until he vanished into the legend. The result? An Academy Award, Golden Globe, SAG, and BAFTA. He became only the second man ever to receive 2 acting nominations in the same year. As he held the Oscar aloft, he whispered thanks to Estelle, who had passed just months before. "My grandmother made me the man I am," he said through tears. "She saw the music in me before anyone else did." It was not just a win for Jamie Foxx, it was a cultural milestone. A victory for every artist told they had to choose between comedy and gravitas, between race and reach. That night, a legacy was solidified. But the path from there would not stay smooth. The next act of his story would not be about fame. It would be about faith, fracture, and finding one's way back. But even legacies written in gold are not immune to fire. As Jamie's fame soared, the pressures tightened like piano wire. He was everywhere: films, albums, red carpets, but nowhere still. Insomnia became routine, therapy a lifeline. "You start to wonder if the applause is the only thing keeping your heart beating," he once confessed during a backstage interview, half joking, half aching. In 2005, still glowing from his Oscar win, Jamie privately wrestled with imposter syndrome. Survivor's guilt crept in. He had made it out of Terrell's 2-lane quiet, but so many he loved had not. The higher he climbed, the lonelier it felt at the summit. And then, one October morning in 2004, life struck a cruel chord. Estelle, the woman who taught him to play, to pray, to show up, passed away. Just months before he stood before the world as Ray Charles, holding the Academy's highest honor, Jamie had lost his greatest audience. She never saw the statue, but she heard the preparation in every note. "I still play her favorite hymn, Blessed Assurance, on that old Steinway before every premiere," he said once. "It keeps me honest, keeps me home." It was the first crack, but the deepest rupture came years later. In October 2020, Jamie's beloved younger sister, Deandra Dixon, a radiant Special Olympics ambassador who had danced beside him on countless red carpets, passed away unexpectedly at age 36. Jamie vanished from the public eye. No shows, no music, just a single trembling post. "My heart is shattered. Deandra, you were the light of my life." Her absence haunted him. The kitchen was too quiet, the holidays too still. Her favorite chair sat untouched. So, he rewrote grief into motion. He founded the Deandra Dixon Dance Academy, an after-school sanctuary for neurodiverse youth. He reserved a spotlight for her at every concert's end. "She still dances with me," he whispered once, just in a different key. And then came the most harrowing blow. April 2023. Mid-shoot on the Netflix comedy Back in Action, Jamie collapsed. Witnesses said his speech faltered, his balance slipped. Within minutes, he was rushed to an Atlanta hospital under full emergency protocol. Weeks passed. Speculation swirled. Stroke, aneurysm, worse. But the family said little, protecting sacred silence. When Jamie finally resurfaced on Instagram in July, his voice wavered, his body thinner, his smile dimmer but still lit. "I saw the tunnel," he admitted, "but I wouldn't let go, because too many people were praying me back." Behind the camera, the truth was even darker. A vascular complication had nearly taken his life, and parts of it nearly didn't come back. He lost control of one leg. His vision dimmed. Rehab was slow, painful, humbling. But Jamie Foxx chose redemption over retreat. He overhauled his lifestyle, plant-rich meals, silent mornings, piano rehabilitation for finger mobility. A Shaolin monk visited his Hidden Valley ranch for breathwork training. He began performing silent piano sessions in complete darkness, teaching his senses to feel again. "I want to know what my soul sounds like without sight," he said softly. He traded after-parties for meditation circles, streaming premieres for community health drives, where his Jamie Foxx Foundation now funds mobile heart clinics across Black neighborhoods. These vans don't just check vitals, they play gospel playlists and hand out family recipes for low-sodium greens. Redemption became public service. He began mentoring young screenwriters at his home studio, the Foxhole, reviewing pages between therapy sessions. He co-produced a limited series on Mahalia Jackson, weaving gospel into narrative like Estelle once braided his hair while humming hymns. In private, he clung tighter to his daughters. Corinne, now a veteran producer in her own right, ran point on Beat Shazam as Jamie recovered. "She became my oxygen," he said. And Annalise, born in 2009, began composing melodies at dawn while he played ukulele by her side. Fatherhood, once a role, became sanctuary. Jamie also forgave where it hurt. He paid for his estranged father's seminary education, not as absolution, but as generational repair. "He missed my childhood," Jamie told a friend, "but maybe he can help someone else's now." Each day became sacred, no detail too small. Each stretch of the leg, each chord struck, each breath, and slowly the comeback took shape, not as a return to old habits, but as a rebirth of self. He began recording again, an album titled Resilience formed during rehab. "It's a sonic memoir," he said. "Church organs, trap beats, and the sound of breath coming back." He described the journey not as survival, but sobriety from the addiction to overachievement. "I used to think legacy was how high you climbed," he said, "but now I know. It's how gently you help others rise." The boy from Terrell, who once raced from gridirons to jazz clubs, was no longer sprinting. He was listening, slower, deeper, and still, he was not done. Today, Jamie Foxx stands not at the center of a spotlight, but at the helm of a movement. From his 40-acre Hidden Valley ranch, he rises with the sun, now guided not by scripts or showtimes, but by breathwork and balance. Mornings begin with silent intervals, meditation, plant-based breakfasts crafted by his cardiologist-chef duo, and a few quiet laps on his studio's vintage Steinway. The very piano Estelle once leaned against, now restored as both tribute and tuning fork for the soul. His daily rhythm echoes a sobriety journey, not from substances, but from the performance-driven grind that once consumed him. Where once he chased every gig, he now curates time. Every decision is intentional, every project a legacy brick. That doesn't mean he's slowed. In 2025 alone, he wraps post-production on Netflix's Back in Action, shares the screen with Robert De Niro in Tin Soldier, and prepares for Tyson, a limited series in which he morphs into the boxing legend, sculpting both body and voice with veteran mentor discipline. Each role, each accent, each note is now laced with a quiet gravity, proof that even after the fall, the comeback holds richer weight. He's also launching Resilience, his 6th studio album, composed in studios across Malibu, Atlanta, and New Orleans during rehab. It's a genre-fluid soundscape, church organs dipped in 808s, big band horns kissing soul ballads, crafted with Anderson .Paak, H.E.R., and Chris Stapleton. His daughter Corinne co-produces. His youngest, Annalise, co-writes. The album will anchor Unpredictable Nights, a global tour that fuses stand-up, soul, and call and response gospel in intimate settings. Yet perhaps Jamie's greatest role now is off-camera. As founder of the Foxhole Studio and upcoming Foxhole campus in downtown LA, Jamie is building infrastructure for lasting cultural impact. The space will house a soundstage, mentorship labs, culinary training, and tech incubators for underserved creators, scholarships for HBCU students, open mic nights judged by legends, and weekend workshops where teens can remix Mahalia Jackson with trap beats. Legacy here is not theory, it's bricks, jobs, joy. At the same time, Beat Shazam, his trivia show with Corinne, enters its most inclusive season yet, spotlighting unsigned Black musicians and mental health champions. They've added wellness check-ins on set, hydration breaks, and in Jamie's words, a little grace between takes. The Jamie Foxx Foundation is in full throttle, funding mobile heart clinics, sponsoring prison-to-production apprenticeships, and supporting neurodiverse dance scholarships in honor of Deandra. "You don't have to be in the credits to change the scene," Jamie once said at a benefit, his voice cracking. He's no longer chasing the next stage. He's building stages for others. Evenings at Hidden Valley end with device-free bonfires, jazz standards echoing as friends spray paint affirmations on a rotating gratitude wall. Guests leave phones in a cedar box and return home with paint on their hands. It's messy, sacred, real. "Legacy is the forest, not the flame," Jamie says. "I'm planting shade I may never sit under." And still, despite it all, he hasn't lost his edge. Ask his crew and they'll laugh. Jamie still insists on playing Ray Charles before every major shoot, still hums "Blessed Assurance" when the light hits the rafters just right, still calls his daughters "my home team" before every premiere. His cultural impact stretches far beyond Hollywood. Lawmakers now cite his heart health programs in policy briefings. Artists name-drop him as their blueprint. Fans send letters not about fame, but about how his survival gave them permission to keep breathing. Because Jamie Foxx's story is not just about triumph, it's about redemption, about how a man who nearly lost everything, vision, mobility, silence, chose to return not louder, but clearer, not harder, but softer. And if you listen closely, you'll hear him, playing piano in the dark, no cameras, just feel. A melody not for the masses, but for the moment. As one of his favorite sayings goes, talent is a gift, but purpose is a choice. And Jamie Foxx, artist, father, veteran mentor, survivor, chooses purpose daily. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that every setback can become a setup for your greatest act, subscribe, share, and let's keep honoring the artists who remind us we're still becoming. Because Jamie's not done. He's just playing in a new key.